Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the case of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, a case that has captured the nation and indeed the world's attention. That multiple law enforcement agencies across the western part of the United States, what began as a routine school welfare check, transitioned into a multi state investigation involving surveillance footage across country road trip, altered license plates, and a mother who has repeatedly refused to cooperate with authorities. Recently, there has been some new interesting information on this case that we are going to talk about. Make sure you stick around.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is November 28th, 2025. It is currently 8:27 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the case of Melodee Buzzard and her mother, Ashlee Buzzard. Good to see you all in chat. Hello, who do we got here? Wild Angel Roxy, Shelby. Hello, good to see you. Sherry, good to see you. Becca, the real ICU. Ruby, Susan, Canadian Cookie. Jess, good to see you. Little Texas, hello sis, good to see you, my dear. Much love. OG, how you doing, man? Appreciate you very, very much. Nerdy, good to see you, honey. Melissa, Denise, Susan, Angel of Light, good to see you, love. Golden Star, good to see you, dear. Shelby, Catherine, how are you? Mountain Dog, good to see you. There's my Sarah. How you feeling, darling? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Rebecca, hello. Susan, good to see you. Jamie, thank you so much, my friend. Very kind of you. Appreciate that very much, Jamie. Good to see you. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Let's please give our dear Jamie a big, big thank you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really good to see you. And thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family as well, my darling. Appreciate it. And we got Maris. Good to see you. Anna Banana. How you doing? Retro. Good to see you. Darcy. Hello, darling. Good to see you. Tina. Hello. Jess. Bonjour. Oui, oui. Albini. Becca, how you doing? Good to see you. Catherine. Denise, good to see you. Forget me not, how could I? Anna Banana, good to see you. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Guys, before we get started, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And share the live out for extra bonus points. Welcome, everyone. Let's get it started. Hello, Miss Independent. Hello. I'm getting better. Prednisone makes me want to eat everything, though. I may order a pizza. You know what? Why not? Order the damn pizza. Order the pizza. Eat the pizza. Go for it. I support it. Okay, guys. So, Melodee Buzzard still has not been found. And the case is a very, very bizarre case. It kind of gives you the Lori Daybell vibes, and I'm praying that the fate of Melodee is not the same fate as, Tylee and JJ and, um, the Tammy and Charles. But still, she has not been found. And recently, Ashlee Buzzard was arrested, but the charges did not stick, and she was released. She was seen moving recently, and we're going to get into some of that here shortly. But I was just looking at some of her photos, and she can change her look. It reminds me. I mean, this was years ago, but this is from News Nation, a photo that they released. This is Ashlee and Melodee some years back, but she can really change her looks. Look here. Okay. Now, this was when she was in jail recently. That's her. And then this was her at court recently. And like it's like she's been doing it for a long time. So the one with the short like red hair is not a wig. That is her natural hair. From what I understand, she allegedly cut her hair in the past, and I guess it's growing out. So recently, in Ashlee Buzzard, she allegedly told an acquaintance that she left Melodee with a Utah couple that she met. And I want to go to News Nation. Credit goes to News Nation, Ashlee Banfield, who's been following this case quite very closely. It's definitely Jamie, definitely Chameleon. He's got some recordings with the night that all of this happened, when she allegedly wouldn't let him out of the house. So credit goes to our friends at News Nation.
Events with Ashlee is one giant blur of craziness. I don't know of any other way to explain it. In short, she ended up going on a road trip at the instructions of individuals that she barely even knows, and I question if she even knows them really at all, in efforts to drop Melodee off with them, apparently some location in Utah. She had said that it was a couple that she met at a zoo.
Yes, you just heard that right, guys. You just heard it right. That she allegedly met a couple at a zoo. And it's just like, hi, my name is, Ashlee. This is my daughter, Melodee. Would you like to take my kid? Great, thank you. Well, yeah, I don't need your name. I don't need your number. I don't need your name. I don't need to know. Just take her. Take her. Sounds like Casey Anthony. Yes, it does. Zanny the nanny. Right? Now, people just don't take a kid at a zoo. Right? I mean, it just doesn't. No. I don't believe that at all either. But Melodee somewhere, whether she's with a family member, a friend, a stranger, or not alive, she's somewhere. And really, the only person that we know that would have that information is Ashlee Buzzard.
This couple had a daughter that's Melodee's age that she wanted Melodee to be able to play with. But she doesn't know these people's names, their address, their phone number, their location, nothing. It's bizarre. It makes no sense.
It particularly
Don't believe
makes
it.
no sense that Ashlee Buzzard would say, I don't know this couple that I met at the zoo. I don't know their names. I don't know their address. I don't know their contact information, when apparently she was making contact with them. And can you describe what she said about the contact she made with them and how the plan kept changing about the drop-off of Melodee?
She wouldn't go into too much details because she was very paranoid that the house is bugged, and she still wasn't really trusting me that much, as we discovered on that Thursday that
This makes me feel like there is some sort of mental health concerns. But she just may be paranoid, because she knows that law enforcement is watching her. But you're not going to stay under the same mental health challenges like psychosis for months at a time.
she decided to confront me, or whatever you would want to call it.
Mommy.
She didn't make it clear of how she communicated, especially when she was saying she didn't have accurate phone numbers for them. She also didn't make it clear. She said that she knew the woman's name, of the couple and that she looked on white pages and verified that there was someone by that name listed on the white pages. Okay, well, if someone's called John Doe, there's probably 20 John Does throughout the nation. So it's the fact that she trusted and believed some stranger that she randomly met at a zoo to care for her daughter and trusted what she said was true without checking ID, without checking where she lives, without going to the house, without verifying where Melodee was going to be sleeping. It's just mind-boggling.
I don't buy it at all.
To say the least. Without getting a contact phone number to call her back. And again, I'm still perplexed by the details,
Yes.
Mr. Brewer,
Yes,
about,
Shelby.
and I think, you correct me if I'm wrong here,
Hey, Garden.
that Ashlee Buzzard said to you that this woman kept changing the drop-off details, kept changing the plan. Is that true?
Exactly. And that's why she ended up in Nebraska and all these different places, because they kept changing. Was like,
Listen,
oh, no, meet us here. No, meet us here. Then meet us maybe Utah.
No, listen. This woman wanted to actively keep police or whoever off of her tail. She was disguising herself in wigs, her daughter, her 9-year-old daughter, changing license plates, driving on back roads that you would not normally go. So changing the plans, and that's why she ended up in Nebraska. I don't buy it for a second. Not a second. She wanted and is still, in my opinion, playing the hokey pokey with us. Where is Melodee? And you would think at some point, if she can't produce her daughter, they would lock her up.
Wherever she ended up last with Melodee was the final drop off. So they kept changing it because apparently this couple, this individual, this whoever was paranoid of the government and being followed and spied on. So they wanted to make sure that if Ashlee was being tracked, then it would be harder for them to be tracked.
Well, I mean, they have tracked her for, at least to some points, up to a point. But to me, when you start saying the government is tracking her, that sounds like, in my opinion, some mental stuff going on, right? Which makes me really concerned for Melodee. That makes me really concerned for Melodee about, is she alive, when I hear the government stuff, because that's just not normal.
Changing all these different locations. And I know how weird and bizarre this sounds, but this is just the information that I was provided. And whether it's true or not, this is what she relayed to me.
I mean, that's a whole other question, whether what she told you is true. It sounds so manic. And also, how is she communicating with a woman multiple times to change drop-off locations?
Well, Angel, you're right. I mean, it is federal now because there is interstate. She has went through the interstate, and that makes it federal. But we're talking before all of this even became a case. How was the government watching her? You know what I mean?
Locations if she suddenly says, I have no means of communicating with said woman.
And she said that she originally had a phone number for them and she no longer has it because they ended up either disconnecting it or it was a text now number or something
Hold on, what?
similar.
Wait.
And she was told that when she got home, Melodee would start calling her.
1 second.
This is what she relayed to me.
I mean, that's a whole other question, whether what she told you is true. It sounds so manic. And also, how is she communicating with a woman multiple times to change drop-off locations if she suddenly says, I have no means of communicating with said woman?
And she said that she originally had a phone number for them and she no longer has it because they ended up either disconnecting it or it was a text now number or something
How
similar.
convenient.
And she was told that when she got home, Melodee would start calling her.
No.
And it's been what, 45, 50 days?
How convenient. It was a text now, and all of this. Come on. Come on now. Okay, give him the text now number that you had before. Well, they can ping some areas. They can still find it. Give it to him. You're feeding us bullshit. She's feeding us bullshit. I'm sorry. Not sorry. She's feeding us bullshit. That's exactly what it is.
And still no phone call as of November 6th.
And that was the plan, to be clear, that this couple, again, that Ashlee Buzzard told you she met them at a zoo and made this plan to drop her 9-year-old daughter off with them, and that they'd have a daily contact with Melodee. Did she say why? What was the whole purpose of getting rid of her daughter to this mystery couple in the first place?
Without going through too much detail with her medical history, she had an outpatient, so she has a surgery coming up. And the surgery, after she told me what it is, it's an outpatient surgery that you're going to be out for the day. It's nothing.
I agree.
But in her mind, it's something that Melodee needs to be away from her for at least a month or two, an effort for Ashlee to do the surgeries, the medical care, and get back on her feet so she could take care of Melodee. So her excuse for it just makes no sense either. Because again, the medical procedure in which she's claiming that she needs to have done, it's an outpatient surgery that, you know, I've had done myself. So it's not something that she needs to be out for a month for.
And she
Well, I mean, for it to become a criminal investigation, you have to find a crime, you know, has been committed. You know, that's the first part. But at some point, again, just like in Lori Vallow Daybell's case, you as a parent are responsible for your minor child, their health and well-being. If you can't produce said child for a welfare check, then you can't produce. So to me, that would give some probable cause to, you know, but she's not speaking as well. So it's a hard thing. It really is. But I would at least bust her up on some lies if I was the police. You know, okay, we know you're lying right here. Why are you lying? Because they know some areas where Ashlee is obviously lying. And I would start, you know, with that, but it's.
She admitted to you that she was changing her license plates all along the route to this drop-off of her daughter with this couple.
You know, the thing about that is I had brought up something about the license plate because I had seen the report. And my license plates, I was trying not to let it in public, but they decided to announce in the middle of court that my license plates is from Oklahoma. So I go back and forth between California and Oklahoma. So I had said, you know, oh, California is required to have 2 plates, one in the front, one in the back. I go, I'm surprised I haven't got pulled over yet. So she went on to tell me about this website I can go on to order fake plates that look real so I can switch them out without being noticed.
So she informed you how to switch plates, but did she also confirm that she had switched her plates on that trip?
Yeah, she even mentioned that she has done it in the past. She didn't specify it was for that trip. But she had said her friend had told her about it, which she was applying, referring to the friend that has Melodee.
Okay, so there's another report, and I'm hoping you can corroborate this. There was a report from a private investigator who said that Ashlee Buzzard had been cutting the faces of Melodee out of the missing persons posters, and you have been inside her home.
Well, Island says, why can't they take her to show them like they did Casey Anthony to Disney where she worked? Great question, Island. However, Casey Anthony was pretending to work with the police. Ashlee Buzzard is just saying, I'm not working with you. Deuces, figure it out on your own. That's the difference. Right now, of course, the police would say, yeah, show us. Let's go. Let's get in the car and let's roll. She's not doing that. She's not doing that.
Home. What did you witness in her home?
So she didn't cut the faces out. So I mean, that was either a miscommunication. So she took the photos out of the missing persons photo, the poster boards that people made, and she has them lined on her couch.
Joe, you're nuts.
They're all on her couch, and then she has a body pillow with Melodee's hoodie and pants on it, like dressed like Melodee, and that's what's on her couch. So she basically has like a little shrine to Melodee on her couch.
And the photos you're
Look at how cute little Melodee is. Isn't she a doll? Isn't he a doll? You know, a lot of people says he's sketchy. I think he is enjoying the 5 minutes of fame. That's the feeling I get with him. He is enjoying the attention, I think. But isn't Melodee just the cutest little thing here? He was in her home. Yeah. Hey, Daff, good to see
saying
you.
she lifted the photos off of the missing persons poster so that she could arrange those things on her sofa?
Yeah, what you're showing now, that's what she did. She ripped those down and they're all on her sofa.
But she didn't cut them as if to deface them. She wanted the pictures off of those boards.
Correct, yes, ma'am. Yeah, no, they were not to be defaced.
And they're lined up on her sofa?
Lined up on her sofa, yes, ma'am.
And again, next to a...
That's weird. I'm sorry, guys. That's weird right there, if you ask me. That she is lining these posters up as kind of a shrine in her living room. Don't you think they would do better outdoors than they would indoors? That sounds sketch. Like it puts the lotion on its skin feeling. Right? Yeah, a shrine. Now, I understand. And, you know, here's the thing. If she misses her daughter or whatever, why doesn't she just go get her?
Body pillow that is dressed in Melodee's clothing?
Yes, it's one of those pillows that you put behind your back.
Holy Mother of God. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's got, you know what a body pillow is? It's a long pillow, right? She puts Melodee's clothes on this body pillow and pretends that it's Melodee. Okay. All right. When you think it couldn't get any stranger.
So it's not the long body pillows, but it's one that goes behind your back and it has Melodee's orange hoodie on it. And at one point in time,
Oh, okay. So I think it's one that kind of goes by. It's like a square, but it's got like the two little arms that kind of go around you right here. I think that's what he means.
it had like a pair of pants on it. It was very strange. And I asked her like why she has the hoodie on the pillow, and she said it's because she misses Melodee.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that.
No
and
There
that
was,
makes
I
me
remember
nervous.
on the, go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I spoke to other people too, and they had told me that sounds like a shrine or memorial that people do. And when I was sitting there, you know, that didn't cross my mind. I didn't even think that initially, but now looking back on it, it's extremely creepy and concerning. And I apologize for interrupting. There's a lag.
I mean, to say the least, it is
But
extremely disconcerting that she's dressed a pillow.
Webb says, Justin, I think she got tricked by HT. I think she thought she knew the people she dropped her off with. If he is to tell the truth, honestly, gives off vibes too. So, I mean, anything is possible, but I don't think I wouldn't agree with that personally, because if you got in a mess, wouldn't you call the police? How about the old school way to remember someone? A photo in a frame, just saying. This shrine and this bed pillow that she's dressing in. To me, this does not sound like she's alive. I just don't. To me, whenever you have someone very close that dies or whatever, you'll go smell their clothes because everyone has their individual scent. And you'll like go to their closet and you'll smell their clothes, right? Because that's all you have left of them. And that's the feeling I'm getting with this. She is trying to honor her daughter, and this is becoming her daughter, this pillow with the clothes. You can smell it brings her comfort. This is, I don't think she's alive now. I don't. Not after this at all.
Up as her daughter while her daughter's missing, and she refuses to say anything to authorities. Speaking of the authorities, this is a key aspect because the audio tape that was released in court was a little confusing to most people who listened to it because she was getting angry at you for what she said was being deceitful. And I wondered if it's because the police had been discussing things with you. Can you straighten the record out about what contact you had with the police and why you had contact with the police?
Yeah, so when I first went over there, I reached out to her because I've known her years ago. So when I first went over there, it was because I thought she had a family law issue that was about to happen. So I thought, because she has another daughter that was taken away from her, and Melodee has been taken away from her in the past. So I thought it was going to be a family law issue where she might need help with some document preparation or.
I think this is, if I can't have her, nobody can. If you're not taking away another child of mine, you're not taking away her again. This is on my terms, Ashlee Buzzard's terms. That's what I'm getting. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much, honey. Appreciate you.
Or something. So that's what I thought when I originally went over there. She had me come over on the second day, and after I left, I was pulled over by a detective.
Correct.
And he basically, told me that I need to report back anything that I learn about Melodee to the authorities. So I was compelled to do so. I work in the field, so if I get, either a direct or indirect order from a law enforcement agent or a judge or someone, I'm going to comply. So I did. She started getting paranoid about everything that she was telling me. And then she built up in her head, I'm in my office right now. She built up in her head that I'm not a paralegal, that I'm not a legal document assistant, that I'm not a process server, that I don't have an office. So she was basically saying that I was lying, that she can't trust me, that I'm going to go to jail for fraud because I'm pretending to have an office, and that basically I was working as an undercover police officer. So that's what you were hearing in that illegal recording, by the way. I didn't authorize to be recorded, nor did I know I was being recorded. But that's partially what you were hearing, is basically her just having a paranoia meltdown.
I've got that recording. I'll show you.
But it's interesting for us to learn that the police pulled you over to say, we need your help, because this woman won't talk to anyone, but she talked to you. I wanted to just recap really quickly. You mentioned that she's got an older daughter who's 22 years old who was taken away from her.
Yeah, roughly 22, give or take, early 20s. I do believe her name is Destiny. And if you're watching Destiny, sorry for saying your name. Yeah, so I knew her when she was little as well. And she was taken away when she was little because, Ashlee's had mental health struggles since I've known her. So that contributed to Destiny being taken. And I'm not sure why.
Here she looks like really, sad.
Happened with Melodee the first time around, but she was that is what it is. That's what I thought was happening this time.
She's
I
good
didn't
at
think
makeup, though.
when I first made contact that Melodee was actually
Compared to what?
Sorry for
Puts a
interrupting.
little
Has
too much
Destiny
on.
been helpful at all in trying to talk to her mother, or will her mother speak to her daughter, Destiny?
I have no idea if Destiny has tried to reach out. If she hasn't, I can't blame her. But Ashlee herself has said that she would rather Melodee be in a group home or foster home than to be anywhere near either side of her family.
Wow. Okay, a couple of other big questions.
Wow.
So that contributed to Destiny being taken. And I'm not sure what happened with Melodee the first time around, but she was that is what it is. And that's what I thought was happening this time. I didn't think when I first made contact that Melodee was actually.
Sorry for interrupting. Has Destiny been helpful at all in trying to talk to her mother, or will her mother speak to her daughter, Destiny?
I have no idea if Destiny has tried to reach out. If she hasn't, I can't blame her. But Ashlee herself has said that she would rather Melodee be in a group home or foster home than to be anywhere near either side of her family.
There you go. That's all. That's all I needed to know right there, in my opinion, right there. I wanted to make sure I was hearing that right. This, in my opinion, is going to be, it just, we don't know right now what happened to Melodee, but to me, this sounds like a classic case of filicide, in my opinion. One of the most common reasons of filicide: if I can't have them, you can't either. Filicide 101. Dreamcatcher coming in clutch. How you doing? Appreciate you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Pearl family, my dear. Good to see you. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. Share the live out and become a member if you would like that. We get exclusive perks. Really appreciate your support.
Wow. Okay, a couple of other big questions. She was asking on the audio tape for her keys. She wanted you to, quote, give her keys back. What did that mean?
So a
Jeez.
few days prior, she actually had me go make copies of her house keys and her storage keys, which those are the two places that were raided. She wanted me to bring them back to her that night because she thought
It's
I kept the
storage.
originals versus the copies. But she was prepping to be arrested for Melodee's disappearance.
She was prepping to be arrested for Melanie's disappearance. Interesting. So she was battening down the hatches. Canadian Bookie, how are you? You're a big gangster girl. Love you to pieces, girlfriend. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Thank you, mamacitas.
So she wanted me to have copies of her keys. So once she's arrested, I can come empty out her storage on her house so she doesn't lose all of her belongings.
Okay, speaking of belongings, we've been watching multiple occasions where she's packing, well, she's receiving flat boxes, then she's carrying what looked to be packed boxes out to a waiting vehicle, and then eventually, in another video, out to a U-Haul truck. Appliances, moving boxes. Do you have any idea what's in those boxes, Tyler?
Yeah, it's all of Melodee's stuff. All those
Look at her.
boxes were ordered from Walmart. I was there when she was ordering them. She's claiming it's stuff that Melodee outgrew, which makes no sense because she was asking me if my nieces could benefit from the clothing.
She said it's stuff Melodee outgrew. I mean, she's moving this stuff because really she's all she's got. Right? Like she doesn't have really any friends or family.
And my nieces are Melodee's age. So for her to say that Melodee has outgrew them, but she wants to give them to my nieces makes no sense.
You know, there's something else that she's been receiving a lot of packages at that door. Do you have any idea, other than the Walmart boxes, what she's been receiving?
She gets various things. She gets all of her food mailed to her. She gets all of her toiletries mailed to her. Her wigs are mailed to her. Her clothes. She's told me she has a shopping addiction, which I'm not sure where she gets all the money from. And that's something else.
Okay. So they said she has a shopping addiction. She said she might have a shopping addiction. And so where is she getting the money? Where is old girl getting the money? Because obviously we've heard about a lot of financial debt for her, some 20-some thousand dollars, which is technically not a lot of particular debt, but it is when you don't have an income, right? Is she like transporting anything? You know, she's right there in California. Is she a mule? Where is she getting this money from? That's very interesting. Hobo, where you been, girl? Thank you so much. Cooking and listening for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, Hobo. She is wearing her purse around 24/7, it seems. Huh. Yeah, there's clearly something going on, like in the
last time I was there, I want to say on that Tuesday, she was deleting her Amazon account, her email account, and her bank account. She was switching that stuff because she thought it was being hacked or traced. So she was freaking out about that as well.
Let me tell you something. If they want to hack or trace your stuff, honey, you can make 2011 of them. They gonna find it.
And there was something about a reference made to Casey Anthony. Can you explain what comment she made about Casey Anthony?
Yes. So she said she acknowledged that people were comparing her to Casey Anthony, but she like joked and was like, "Well, at least I'm not out partying." So you're not out partying, but look what Casey Anthony was accused of. Like,
Oh God. Well, at least I'm not out partying. Who cares if, she what, murdered someone? Are you joking, lady? Ew. Like if that makes it better.
do you not realize what you just said? And like,
did she ever say, Tyler, that I didn't kill Melodee? I mean, did you ever ask her point blank, is Melodee alive or dead? Did she ever say one way or the other?
No, I did ask her, and I flat out told her. I believe it was on either that. So this all happened with her locking me in on that Wednesday, I believe. And I think it was on that Tuesday that I had asked her. I go, everyone is saying, I go, you're still not giving me the full truth. I go, you're not talking to law enforcement. Everyone is saying that you either trafficked Melodee or you killed her. I go, which one is it? And she starts doing her fake crying, acting like she can believe that I asked her such a question. But she never.
But she wouldn't answer.
She never answered the question.
The things that she did tell you, Tyler, I was just going to say the things that she did tell you about this couple she met at the zoo with whom she dropped Melodee in Utah, doesn't have their phone, doesn't have their email, doesn't have their names, doesn't have contact information, but that it was all planned for a minor surgery, which, as you've said, was an outpatient surgery. Do you believe any of it?
I don't believe any of it. I think, like, I don't believe any of it at all. And just to clarify, she kept saying, how do you know I left her in Utah? She didn't say she dropped her off in Utah. So that's very distinguishable. She didn't say I dropped her off with a couple in Utah. She said, how do you know I left her in Utah?
That's a good point. That's a good point. How do you know I left her in Utah versus how do you know I dropped her off in Utah? And I don't think she's alive now. I think she had this planned. I can't have her. Y'all ain't getting her. And I'm gonna jam it up.
So
it's amazing this lady has truly given the federal government a hard time in finding Melodee, all like freaking 5 foot maybe of her.
distinguishable. But then she like switched the subject as if she never even said that. So, and it's one of those things with her, you don't want to try to like interrogate her and keep going on that subject because then she'll say like she's upset or that she's getting triggered. She loved that word triggered. So with someone like that, you don't want to upset them or trigger them, especially if you're in their house.
So Tyler, you're the only person who's spoken with her. I mean, she won't speak with the police. She won't speak with Melodee's grandparents on the paternal side. We have no idea if she's spoken with her own mother. Do you know if she's spoken with her own mother?
I know she has not, and she wants nothing to do with her mother at all.
Well, being the only person who Ashlee Buzzard has spoken with, particularly about this little girl, Melodee, do you believe that Melodee is alive?
That's such a tough question because I don't want to believe that she could have hurt Melodee at all because I think that she does love Melodee in her own way. But the fact that she won't give me a clear yes or no answer makes me extremely uncomfortable. So I can't say one way or another, but I think that she should have been found by now if she was alive.
Tyler, I cannot thank you enough for being so candid, for talking with us tonight, for helping the police to get any information they can about this little girl, and for going through what you've been through. I'm going to repeat it. I don't believe the judge made the right decision about what I heard on that tape.
I agree.
I don't believe anybody says the words, "I would like to leave now," twice, if they don't have the freedom to just get up and leave and say goodbye.
It was actually 3 times. Like, I told her twice as she was staring at me. Like, I told your producer, she looked like the Annabelle doll. Just like the way she was looking at me with her and fake crying. She's like laughing while she's crying with an open box cutter next to her. And granted, she never said she was going to cut me with a box cutter, and she made sure to say for her performance that she wasn't threatening me. So, and she never physically did, but it was her demeanor, the way she was compared to how I knew her from the past. You know, she stood in front of me when I was going to go walk past her, and she locked multiple locks. When I asked her for the 3rd time to leave at the door, which you couldn't hear on the audio, you could hear the keys rattling, finally letting me out, but you didn't hear me say, "I'm ready to go now, Ashlee," for the 3rd time. So under California law, the moment I asked her the 1st time to leave and she didn't immediately open the door, that's false imprisonment.
I mean, you can ask O.J. Simpson, who spent 9 years in prison because of not allowing 2 men to leave a hotel room that he was collecting his belongings, robbing them. And that was the kidnapping that led to 9 years in prison. Again, Tyler Brewer, I cannot thank you enough for being candid with us. Let's both pray together, and everyone who's watching, that our suspicions are wrong and that maybe Melodee is perhaps alive tonight. But thank you again for sharing all of these stories with us. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me, and I'm hoping the best for Melodee. And that was my goal. You know, find Melodee. That's all I want to do is help find Melodee. That's the nation's goal. Find Melodee. And I also want to tell you my condolences for your dog Atlas. We have a dog rescue, and that's one of the reasons why I reached out. And I liked the way you spoke about the verdict, and I appreciate you. And you're the only person I've done an interview with, and the only person I'm planning to do one with.
Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. It's been a hard week, so I really do appreciate that. And we'll speak again soon.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good night.
Okay. So there's okay. Now here is the audio recording, y'all. Okay, here we go. Here's the audio recording.
You're flat out lying.
Of Ashlee Buzzard recording presented in court. Okay. You got it. I'm looking at that guy, Tyler Brewer. I think they were friends. He knew her. Hey, Joyous, good to see you, honey. Hey, Brandy, good to see you. Soldier Girl, Anastasia in Cleveland. Yeah, I don't know about the guy. Like, I don't know.
You're a really good liar. Like, Tyler. Tyler.
I'm definitely not
Tyler, just be quiet and listen, please. Look at me. Like, I'm an intelligent woman. I'm 40 years old. You deal with legal stuff. Like, who are you kidding? Tyler.
I can only give you my perspective.
Listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
I understand.
And you need a reality check. If this is on media news, like news talk shows, they're going to be seeing you. They're going to be interested in you. You have to understand that I'm aware, whether you want to admit it or not, you want the attention.
I don't want the attention.
There is absolutely no way in hell that you are not bipolar or have an extreme issue if you don't realize what you're doing is false advertisement. And there are real legal ramifications. I don't know how you honestly are not worried about being put in jail.
I would like to leave at this moment.
Since you're leaving in an uncomfortable way, I want the keys to my house
No, they're right there.
and the storage.
Right there.
Nobody else has keys, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. No one else has keys.
Tyler, genuinely, if you've been here, genuinely to help, I appreciate it. The lies are a lot. And especially if you are genuine and trying to help in your own way, you should be very concerned if they recognize you, because anyone else, like running for district, it doesn't add up. I'm not threatening you, but I'm saying, like, I'm not threatening you at all. I'm trying to help as a friend because I feel like it has to be bipolar or something. Like, I don't think you're grasping the level of online things that don't make sense.
First of all, I don't hear her crying, but second of all, she's manipulating the shit out of him, gaslighting. Your mental, I think it's some bipolar stuff, all of this stuff that she's saying. No, you are gaslighting the house down.
No, I understand where you're coming from. At this moment, we'll have to leave. And I'm more than receptive if you want to call or text me.
And Elizabeth, come on down. How are you doing, good? You're watching your pearls. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you so much, my dear, for your membership. Really do appreciate you, my dear.
How do I send you the money of the receipts?
I'm not concerned about any of that. But I'm still very receptive. Should you want to call me or text me, but I've done nothing intentionally to be deceitful.
Let's watch this one. Let's watch this with sound.
Yeah, this is the main 2-track right here. This is where it pinged, but not on this road. This is the main 2-track. This one comes to Courtney's house. This is the direction that the phone was coordinated. Like the exact coordinates is down this way.
Is that a vending machine? Call 1-800-COLLECT. Drop a quarter in the phone.
And this is where the pin is exactly where the phone was. This is where it pinged at. It was out in this area. This is not the main 2-track.
No, this is Melodee Buzzard and Ashlee Buzzard.
How can Courtney mistake it for being on the main track? What do you say to that, Kimberly?
Okay.
I don't lie if you're really good.
That's very interesting. Very, very interesting there. Okay. Let me show you. Okay, I showed you that. What is he falsely advertising? I don't know what you mean. Hey, Linda, good to see you, honey. That's, I mean, again, if what he's saying is true, her doing these photos as a shrine and the pillow is just very, very bizarre to me. Very, very bizarre. Okay. She says she left left Melodee in Utah. All right, so Court TV, our friends at Court TV, they did a piece with the grandmother.
Daughter is dressed in
from the paternal side.
This is just so overwhelming.
Oh, I got to show you.
It's so really scary. You need to tell them where the baby is. You need to tell them who's setting all these things up for you. I know you're not doing it.
As the search for her 9-year-old daughter continues, a brand new video shows mom Ashlee Buzzard may be on the move. In a video obtained exclusively by News Nation and broadcasted on Banfield, our friend Ashlee Banfield's show, you see this. You see Ashlee Buzzard carrying out of her home boxes and appliances and loading them up onto a U-Haul in her driveway. There's still no update, though, on the whereabouts of her daughter, Melodee. But Ashlee did go to court last week. Here's more from Scripps News reporter Crystal Bermudez, who was there for Buzzard's hearing.
Ashlee Buzzard no longer facing felony false imprisonment charges. I'm Crystal Bermudez, your Lompoc community reporter, and I was in the courtroom Thursday morning when the alleged victim's case took the stand. The judge ultimately decided
She looks totally different there. Just different.
That there wasn't enough evidence to move forward. Much of Thursday's hearing was centered around testimony from the alleged victim, Tyler Brewer, an approximately 6-minute-long audio recording Buzzard took during their conversation
I wonder how many wigs she's got.
Evening of November 6th. A freelance paralegal and legal document assistant, Brewer told the court he first met Ashlee through a friend back in 2014 and reached out to her recently offering his help. He testified that he visited Buzzard approximately 5 times between November 1st and 6th, stating the final meeting at her home, he felt Buzzard's demeanor, body language, and tone of voice prevented him from leaving. He shared additional concerns about a box cutter being located on a nearby table. Both sides played portions of the audio recording in court. While it was played for everyone to hear, we were not allowed to film any portion of the hearing. The prosecution argued the video documented the moment Brewer said he tried to leave her home. Brewer tells me he didn't know he was being recorded. I spoke with him about it over the phone following Thursday's hearing.
Now I understand why she was saying things and doing things the way she was doing it, because she was being recorded.
The defense argued the recording did not support Brewer's earlier statements, including that Buzzard prevented him from walking out of the home.
She had the tone, demeanor, and the audio recording of the conversation between the two.
I caught up with Buzzard leaving the courthouse during a break in her hearing. Ashlee, can you give any comments into...
Do y'all think the judge was wrong? Yes or no? Do you think the judge should have dropped it like he did? Or do you think that it should have stuck?
Tyler's testimony today and pleading not guilty? She did not respond. A key moment Thursday came when Detective Thomas Brownlee testified that statements...
Oh, she's got the nice umbrella. The Europeans and the like the Chinese and the Japanese, they make these nice umbrellas with the dome over. These are the nice umbrellas. Americans, we make them like out with a little bit over instead of like the dome. These are the good umbrellas.
Brewer made immediately after the November 6th incident didn't align with the recording he found on Buzzard's phone following her arrest or the statement Brewer later posted online.
Tyler Brewer told him on November 6th,
I'll paint her down, girl.
And how it reflected on the November 6th, 2025 Ashlee recording, they did not align. And the impeachment testimony that Detective Brownlee provided may have factored in to the judge's ruling in this case.
Now, Ashlee Buzzard has not been charged in connection with her daughter's disappearance. Authorities will say that she still won't cooperate. So what's going on with this mom? How can she function with her daughter missing? Some of you have been talking about how it's reminiscent of the Casey Anthony case. Well, guess who our next guest is? The beloved judge who presided over that trial, the Honorable Belvin Perry, now retired Chief Judge. Good morning to you, Judge. Thank you for coming on the show. Tell us, please, what you're thinking as you hear about this awful news of missing Melodee Buzzard, gone now for over a month.
Julie, history has taught us that in cases of this nature, where a kid is last seen with their parent, and the kid suddenly vanishes, it does not have a good ending. And in this particular case, there are several red flags. You have the...
He is so right. Listen to the judge. He sees it, and he presided over these cases for so long. Parents who says their kids have suddenly vanished like this, something is wrong. They don't have a good ending. They don't have a good ending.
Mom disguising identity. You have the license plate switching. You have the mom totally not cooperating. And now you have the mom leaving, getting ready to go to parts unknown, and she offers no explanation as to where her child is.
It's awful, Judge. It's awful. And you shared with us all those red flags, all the things that people watching this case are so infuriated over, that it seems that there's layers of deception here. There's also what seems like maybe some animosity or resentment, as we saw video of Ashlee Buzzard actually taking down the missing posters of her daughter, taking down the pictures so people couldn't see her daughter's beautiful face. And it makes you scratch your head and think, how in the world is this fair that this woman is walking free? Judge, what are your thoughts on that?
Unfortunately, until we find out what happened with this child, until we have some concrete evidence as to her involvement in the disappearance or a body being found, hopefully that doesn't happen, but chances are high that a body will be found at some point. There's nothing that law enforcement can do at this time. They have to have evidence to deal with the situation in this case.
That's what I said. You got to find something.
As long as this mom is not cooperating and there are no leads in this particular case for law enforcement to follow up on, it's just going to be a mystery.
It's an awful mystery, Judge. Yes. I want to show you some video. This was obtained by News Nation. Our brilliant friend and colleague, Ashlee Banfield, aired it on her show, Banfield, the other night. And look at this. You see Ashlee Buzzard there carrying out moving boxes and home appliances, loading them in the U-Haul. And Banfield reported that as the U-Haul pulled away and Ashlee Buzzard was in it, that presumably FBI and state officials tailed her, but then she returned to her home. And on Banfield, it was reported that the location where the U-Haul went is undisclosed. But we know that she came back home to that house. So she's moving items out, driving away in the U-Haul, then she comes back. It looks like she's moving, maybe not entirely moved, but partially moved. And here's the video where she gets into it and drives. And
I wonder if she's moving like stuff of Melodee's out, starting fresh, shall we say, that she doesn't want to look at Melodee's stuff anymore. Because she was obviously, according to her friend, she was trying to get rid of Melodee's clothing.
As I said, Banfield reported that they followed her. So obviously they're surveilling her. They're sitting there watching her every move. Judge, what do you make of what she's doing here?
Julie, it is unfortunate that she's devoting her efforts towards abandoning her child. She's not looking for the child. All the movements she's taken are very self-serving. She's only interested in herself. It's just bizarre. Most mothers would be looking for their missing child, but she's not. She's moving, and apparently she's going on with her life.
Right, Judge. It's awful. And we know she had quite a few movements that were tracked in that trip.
Like Chris and Katie. Like Chris and Katie. Like, oh, fucking Edgar, this mother chicken, you piece of garbage. Right there. Sorry.
That I know you're aware of in
passionate.
Early October, around October the 7th is when it began, where she's going through several states, from California, going through Utah, Nevada, all the way to Nebraska, and then returning without Melodee.
Do you think there's a valid concern that she may have sold Melodee into a situation either for sex work or for some kind of labor work?
Nope.
Julie, that's a great possibility. She could have sold the child to a child predator. And hopefully she has not murdered the child, but nothing.
I think I will say this. If any out of all the cases I have covered, Ashlee would be the one I would consider that sold her, because she is a shopping addict and she didn't want the families to have her. But I'm still not convinced necessarily.
Nothing's good is going to happen as a result of these actions. Unfortunately, this child has been missing since October the 7th. And unfortunately, as I stated earlier, nothing good is going to occur.
Judge Perry, you're always so wise. We always talk about how you always share so much wisdom with us. And you're right, history.
Emmy Joe, I've heard that. Good to see you, honey, by the way. I've heard that, but I haven't. I can check with some people and find out, though. I'll figure it out. I've heard that, though.
Has taught us awful lessons in these cases that nothing good happens when you have a situation like this. Let's hope and pray for a miracle here.
Well, I don't think they would necessarily know with her bank account, to be honest with you, because rugs, that kind of thing, it generally is a cash only option.
For Melodee Buzzard.
Right. So there's that. All right. So I wanted to show you this. I had not seen new photos released of the car driven at the road trip.
And now to our other exclusive story of the night. New photos
Credit goes to
of St. George
KUT.
showing a rental car driven by the mother of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, who's been reported missing for exactly 1 month now. These photos give a better look at the rental car. It's a 2024 white Chevrolet Malibu with no visible damage.
Yeah, Samantha Hoffman spoke with the private investigator who found the photos. And Sam, what do they mean for the investigation, if anything, going forward?
Well, first, an important note, these photos were taken before and after the road trip, not while Ashlee was using the car. Still, it helps us look at the vehicle a little clearer and potentially find more witnesses.
You saw a car that's misplaced, like if you see a small two-door out in, hunting fields.
This is Jason Jensen, PI.
Or if you saw specifically the Malibu with California plates or even New York plates, typically that's going to stand out in rural Utah.
The car may also help investigators in two ways. One, through sampling the undercarriage.
If they take soil samples from under the...
Yes, and they could take, if they had this car, they could take soil samples, vegetation, even types of, bugs. Entomologists can look at what type of bugs that are in insects or in certain areas, because remember, she traveled over 3,000 miles within a 72-hour period. That is roughly 1,000 miles a day. That is manic. Like, that's a lot of miles.
Car, and there's a rich red dirt, red soil underneath. It might mean that they were in the area of Moab or something. So that can give them an idea where to look.
Or through GPS tracking, which rental car companies use in case the car is stolen. But some trackers have gaps in monitoring.
I'm hoping it had a long running GPS that did monitor the entire route. because that's critically important as to where she stopped, the length of stops, and the different waypoints along the way.
Right now, we know that the FBI told a gas station her phone was pinged by a cell tower near Panguitch, likely in the evening around October 9th. Officials say she arrived back to California shortly after 2 a.m. on the 10th. Investigators say identifying stops along that route help create a range of where Melodee might have gone. They can calculate the total distance max that someone can travel in a given period of time. Jensen thinks anyone in southern Utah and the Colorado...
Hold on. Wait a second. Wait.
In southern Utah and the Colorado border should check if they have footage of the car.
Anyone in those areas between October 8th and 10th should look at either wildlife cameras or dash cam footage or surveillance footage anywhere and try and see if they can see the car or Melodee or Ashlee.
Investigators are still weighing out possibilities of Melodee's disappearance, whether she may have been left with another adult or alone. Garcia believes Melodee may have made it all the way back to California and plans to survey the area in the upcoming weeks. Live in St. George, Samantha Hoffman, KTVT News.
Yeah, the one PI that's been working it, not Jason Jensen, but the other PI, I forget his name, he says that he believes Melodee made it back to the area. And that she's probably closer. Oh, here's another picture of Melodee some years back. Just like a different person. It's so bizarre to me. Claudia, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Good to see you. Much love to you, Miss Claudia. Thank you, love. We sure don't know what she didn't either. We have no idea. I couldn't take it in a car 1,000 miles a day. No freaking way. I did when I was like 19 years old, I think I did close to 2,000, it's like 19 or 1,800 miles in 20 some hours. But you just want to give up. You just want to stop in the middle. You just want to get off an exit and like, okay, I'm creating a life here. I'm done. Let me find a job. I don't want to drive another minute. Do we know if Ellie or FBI is even looking? Yes, they are. So is I think the marshals are on this as well. They are, so they're all, you know, I can't do more than 6 hours in a car because I get real sore butt. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like whenever you're in a car, you're on an airplane or anything like that, you don't get to move around and you feel like your muscles are just sore and tense and you just don't feel good, you know? So I get it. But she was putting some miles on. She really was. One second. By the way, a couple days ago, in Search for Melodee in Facebook group, there was supposed to be they said we need help with the community at the time. We needed a group of people to help look for Melodee. If anyone is interested, please let me or my sister know. This is coming from the group there. So if you're in that area, they're also having a barbecue for Melodee. You can find that in the group in Search for Melodee as well. Okay. But you know, just the saying that she left her daughter with someone, like a couple at a zoo, that just sounds very, very far-fetched, if you ask me. And all these things that the friend says, man alive. Was Ashlee married in this picture? I don't believe so. Mm-mm. Nope. She's just the cutest little thing, Melodee is. And it just doesn't seem like it's gonna be that good of a... Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they've gotta find something that a crime has been committed, right? And that's the part. That's the hard part. Hey, Rachel, good to see you, honey. So the pics we see of Melodee is much younger and cute. This is what Ashlee looked like back then. Correct. 800 miles on the back. Ooh. 7 hours. I weighed 260 pounds. No, I don't know how I could I'd do it on a car, let alone a bike. They both look completely different. Melodee looks so skinny and pale in the CCTV. Melodee, she looked a little nervous in that CCTV when she was like folding her arms and she was looking at this man, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of... What did she do with her? What did she do with her? I don't know. That's the $1,000,000 question, so to say. She acts like as if she's hiding. I don't know. I just don't think I don't think it's going to be good. Who is going to hide her after all of this? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to hide her? What was that? Hints tearing her pics down where child's father. Well, she made it into a shrine when she had her hands on her hips. It was like she was saying, what's going on? I actually thought she was a young adult. You know, a lot of people did. A lot of people was like, that is not Melodee. That's a... I think she's probably had to grow up a little bit quicker than... Yeah, I nerdy girl. Melodee's dad is deceased, yeah. Could the road trip have been a diversion and Melodee is somewhere more local? That's what no. Well, she was seen going to, you know, all these states, but the last time she was seen was on the Utah-Nevada border? Wigs, makeup, and why all that driving and back, and no fear and criminal thinking with plates. Where is the biodad? Biodad is dead, but this was, I mean, it's Brandy and Indy. She says she's calculating, not paranoid. This was definitely calculated and planned to an extent. I mean, you don't just, throw your daughter in a wig and change license plates and all this stuff without planning that. There had to be some sort of planning somewhere, right? Has law enforcement not learned anything since the Daybells? I don't know, but I think there should be something that you've got to produce your child Could she be involved in a cult? Possibly, Joyous, especially with like her mental state. Yes. Yes. Or it could be like a cartel, even kind of things. How'd she pay for all this? I don't know. They said she said she had a shopping addiction. And the question is, where does she even get any money from now? Right? Because she's not getting any money for Melodee now because Melodee's missing. Right? I don't know. It's very bizarre. Some are Canadian, but you can get some cheap ones, $20, 15, $20 now. I also wonder if she hasn't convinced one of those DV underground trains she's in danger and they're helping her. In my opinion, the judge has been informed and is quiet. It's really not the public's business. If she hasn't done anything wrong, the law would have kept her. I hope she doesn't sue everyone. I would. Sue him for what? An opinion? What would you sue him for? Oh, wait. Caring for her daughter? So she came right home to her house, rented under cash, I assume. Yes, that's another thing, Rachel. She took all cash. She took all cash. Right? How do you know that she's not receiving the money for Melodee? Well, because she doesn't have Melodee right now, so they would have cut that off. Which I don't think that would be enough anyways. Which would suck that she brought all the attention on herself. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so they were concerned about her school, right? That was the initial call. They were, she hadn't been doing her school, whatever she was supposed to do at school. And so they went to check on her and she was gone. Right? Sure, her father was dead, so she will qualify for like an SSI or Social Security. I meant she wasn't turning in her homeschool assignments, right? Now, you would think that they could even get her on like a truancy charge or whatever. I have wondered that Ashlee's actions are that of a woman in a DV situation. That's why all cash changing appearance. I don't know. The family does it, you can tell like the family on all sides doesn't really. Yeah, you would think, right? Truancy, like she's not. Truancy is not actionable, so you can miss as many days. Hey, Lakeside, so you can miss as many days and there's no consequences in California. There's no like Yeah, I think there's something. I mean, regardless, I think there's some mental. How surprising. Hmm. Let's look. In California, truancy is defined as unexcused absence from school of 3 days, 3 full days in the school year, or being tardy or absent for more than 30 minutes of 3 occasions in a year. School intervention is the first one. SARB involvement. If the student and family don't respond to the school level support, the case is referred to the School Attendance Review Board. And the School Attendance Review Board actions, the SARB, will work with the family. If the family doesn't comply with SARB directives, the case can be referred to the DA. Important recent changes: no jail time or fine for parents. Recent litigation has ended the policy that made parents eligible for jail time or fines for their child's chronic truancy. Shift to support. The focus is now okay. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it for, your kid's 16 and you got to call the cops every morning to get him to school, like kids like that. But I don't get it for a 9-year-old. I don't get that for a 9-year-old. You know what I mean? Because they were not completing the task. They've still got to do something with the school, right? California is, well, California. This is a whole different animal. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, most homeschooled kids are perfectly fine and it's what works for them, but it is also a neglector's paradise. Justin, do you know what Ashlee did for work at all? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, one obviously thing. It's like I said, for most, I mean, there's kids in my family that are homeschooled, right? Uh my cousin, she was homeschooled and she homeschooled all of her kids. My auntie, but it's kind of like, when the pandemic happened, well, most people were fine in their homes, but it also was the increase of DV went up, that kind of thing. So people always pervert something that's made for good. You know what I mean? Like they use it. Some people use it for wrong. They'll find a way. I can see how some people take advantage of laws around homeschooling. Yeah, Susie B. They did in California. They sure did. Yeah, it is. It is an easier way. Yeah. 75% of police calls in Middle Tennessee during 75% of police calls in Middle Tennessee during the pandemic were DV. Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, people had to be together like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was it was a stressful time, and people were losing their jobs and everything else. So the 1-on-1 is amazing with schooling kids. Yeah. I mean, some of the public schools, my God, they're horrible. My God, horrible. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys for joining me. Really do appreciate you. I might be back here in a little bit. We might be covering Jack and Lily. If not, we're going to definitely cover them tomorrow, and Summer Wells as well. No, nobody's trying to pin her down whatsoever. The only thing people give a damn about is where's her daughter. And if there's nothing wrong, then say where the hell your daughter is. Thank you, Miss Joyce. Thank you, Jen. Oh, you're fine, Lakeside. You're fine, darling. You're fine. Yeah, you don't hide something. People who have nothing to hide nothing. Especially your kid. Nobody can take care of your kid like you. And for her to, I mean, I appreciate the compassion for her, Ashlee, and all that, but she's an adult. We're talking about a kid here, a baby, a 9-year-old. That's the one that needs the compassion right now, in my opinion. The one who can't fend for themselves. Ashlee can go out and do whatever the hell she wants right now. But where's the kid? A kid they don't get the decision to, feed themselves or anything else like that. So, no, I just can't. I can't with her. Bingo. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yeah. I don't know, but I do think there is something wrong, clearly. And I think that's something she's probably, and listen, everyone has mental health struggles at some point in their life, right? I mean, at different degrees. But something, Deborah. I don't know, but I think she's got a lot of things going on up there. Love you guys. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys later. I might be back in a little bit. We'll see. Love you guys. Bye.